What's good? What's good? Early in the morning today, and thank everybody for coming in. Man. Let me turn this track down a little bit. Appreciate you guys for showing up early. What up, my man Logan? My man Logan's in the building. Veliano and Co. My man. Hey, hold on. Let me get some of this chat right for you real quick. I'm gonna have to get all this chat stuff right for you. Let me make sure I can get this thing right. Wait a minute. Where we at? Okay, I see where we at. All right. I'm gonna have to move this out the way right there. There we go. We're gonna do some moving stuff around so I can make sure I can get my man Logan's chat in here. Hold up for a second. Man. Hey, it's been a good day so far today, man. It's been a good day. Woke up this morning, already got clients, man, out here making money. Hopefully everybody out there is doing what they can do to make this money, because it's going to be a long summer. If you ain't making money now, woo, it's going to be a long summer. We got to get it going, man. Get it going. Let's do like that transition. Yeah, but I wanted to make sure, because last night we were running a live stream last night, and that live stream got cut off because we was cooking too much, man. We was cooking, and I told y'all already, a lot of people who's been on my channel before, you know, YouTube don't like me. They've been at me for a couple of years now. They looking at every way possible to get me from talking on the internet. They want me to do something mundane. That's what they want to do. They want to get me to do something slow and mundane instead of doing what I like to do on the internet, which is bring up the truth in chat. I mean, I've been doing everything from giving Uber and Lyft to work, just working them down to the point where we got drivers out there really making good money now. Because I told everybody, hey, if we gonna go out there and be independent contractors like they saying, then we need to go out there and do it. So I've been having issues with them for a while, and I think I need to put my glasses on so I can read this big screen up there. So what's good with you, Mr. Logan, man? You out there getting it in or what, man? Let me see if I'm trying to read these screens everywhere. What's up, Miss Becca? What's good to my some? Hey, I can see now. Now I can see. Here we go. Now we in the building. There we go. Man. But yeah, I've been looking at some news and everything. It's going over clips and all of that stuff, thinking, what are we going to talk about on this morning's morning show? And like I said, last night, it upset me because we were really having a great debate, a great conversation, going over just like facts, truths, details. Woke up this morning to a ton of comments, people talking about some conspiracy theory and all this crazy. I'm like, dude, if something's a fact, then it can't be a conspiracy. If I tell you my name is Jeff, then it's not a conspiracy. That's really my name for real. And these people be like, oh, conspiracy. I'm like, dude, they throw that word conspiracy around like they don't understand what it is. A conspiracy is when you and someone else conspire to do something. That's what that is. Now, a theory is something that you kind of make based on like a hypothetical situation. You're using a lot of deductive and inductive reasoning, and you come up with a theory. So a conspiracy theory is basically coming up with inductive, deductive reasoning and saying that there's a conspiracy to do something. Somebody's conspiring to do something. But if something's already done and it's sitting right in front of you, then it's no longer a theory. It's a fact that's right in front of you. If I say it's a theory that I'm going to hold my cup based on deductive and inductive reasoning, that every few seconds I grab my cup, that would be a theory. Now, it's a fact that I'm holding my cup now. That's how it works. Let me turn this little fan on. But that's how it works right there. That's how it works, man. Oh, yeah, the government. Yep. See, about to cast a pendant. There you go. My man be over there making them jewels, man. Dropping them jewels. Man. Yeah, nice to see Miss Rebecca in the chat. Welcome back, Rebecca, to the chat. Oh, I know it. They don't... The YouTubes don't like me, but that's okay though, because I told y'all a long time ago. I even told people 2-3 years ago YouTube is a Democratic platform, and folks don't believe me when I say that. And I say, go do your research. The Democratic National Convention, the Kamala campaign, donated $55 million to Google, Meta, Facebook, and all of them for ads. So the Democrats were paying for ads like crazy. $55 million that they paid to run ads on Google and Facebook and everything. $55 million. You know how much the Republican Party paid? $5 million. That's it. So when they follow the money, YouTube follows the money. They want the money. I get it. So they're going to cater to the people that cater to them. If the Dems want to spend $55 million on ads and everything, that's what they're going to cater to. I don't cater to. I just bring the truth and I keep it 100. And I always bring facts behind me and I verify the facts and I bring truths with me because I know that if people are going to try to argue it, I need to at least have my ducks in a row. So I say, these are the facts. These are exactly what I got. These are the names. These are the dates. This is what we got. A lot of times people just give up and they racism, white supremacy, whatever. I don't even argue with most people because it's like they don't like to debate the facts like sit in front of us. They want to create this hypothetical situation. And I'm like, you don't have to create a hypothetical situation when you have the situation in front of you. It's like if I'm walking my dog, you don't have to say, hey, man, one day if you walk your dog, like you don't got to say that. It's not a hypothetical situation. It's a fact. I am currently walking my dog. You don't have to say if you walk your dog one day. I'm actually walking it. So I don't know. A lot of people, they don't like the facts that's in front of us. So they create some weird scenario out in left field and say, let's debate the scenario I just created out in left field. No, let's talk about the facts. Just talk about what we got in front of us. They don't want to do that. So I leave it alone. I stick to making candles. Hey, Neil, I got a video dropping today that's me making your shirt. So at noon, we're not going to have a very long live stream. At noon, I'm going to have your shirt being made on video from beginning to end. Very beginning, from when I'm cutting the design to when the design is actually on the shirt. All of it. So I had to show people how I actually do it. Oh, yeah, I like this setting, too. I'm always going through all my settings and showing different things, seeing what I can do at the barbecue, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, and this is the thing. I'm an easygoing person. I like to debate things because it brings clarity. Life is full of information and it's full of knowledge. There's no way possible we can know everything, especially if at max we're using only 10% of our brain. So I like to talk to people who think differently than me, who actually are intelligent. And I speak to people who think differently than me because they kind of open my eyes to seeing different things and other things. That's why people say, well, if you're a Republican, how could you marry a damn Democrat? Because we have some pretty good conversations. It's not even about the political affiliation. It's about the talks we have and the interests we have and the way that we even communicate, because we don't have to fight and argue and cuss each other out and be derogatory towards it. We don't got to be that. I'm an intelligent person. I came from the hood. I came from rough shit. So I know how it can be. So why can't I just elevate, your intelligence a little bit, have a conversation, and appreciate the insight you're learning? It's kind of like learning how to do welding. I love welding because I learn so much when I weld. It's kind of like talking to people. What up, King James? And I enjoy like learning things and showing people what I've learned and passing that knowledge to other folks. So, of course, if I thought I knew everything, then I would only want to talk to people that thought exactly like I thought. I wouldn't want to talk to people who thought differently, who think differently. But there are a lot of people out there who don't understand. Like I said, I've been a black Republican forever. And I got Democrat friends, whatever, because we talk, we debate. So when I talk to these people and I'm debating these people, anybody who don't like me and can't stand me, oh, he's a Republican, I can't talk to him. That lets you know right there that they don't have a certain level of intelligence to where they can prove their point, whatever their point may be, left or right. If somebody don't want to debate something with you, they just can't prove their point. They're going to use some kind of rhetoric or innuendo instead of a fact. And if I'm only coming with facts to prove my point and they don't like the fact that it proves them wrong. And a lot of people, it upsets them to see an actual Republican that loves black people because I am black. I mean, I can't hate black people. I don't hate myself. And I know that I came from the hood, so I know the potential of somebody from the hood because I came from there. I go back to the hood and I grab people all the time. I help people all the time. So I can see that once you give somebody guidance and resources, what can actually happen, because it happened to me. You give somebody guidance, you give them resources, you pull them out of that hood mentality, good things can happen with it. And I'm a believer in that. And a lot of people meet me and they don't believe that I'm actually Republican because the narrative of what they've been putting out about Republicans this whole time just crushes. And I've been a Republican for what, 17 years now? 18 years. 18 years I've been a Republican. 18 years. Way before Trump was even one. So it crushes the narrative of what they say about Republicans because they're cool with me. They said, damn, I've been cool with Jeff this long. I had no idea he was Republican. I'm like, well, how was I supposed to act? Was I supposed to walk around saying the N-word all day and acting racist and wearing a KKK hat? What was I supposed to do? I mean, what do Republicans do? We fight for the republic of this country. And black people are a part of this republic because we helped build this republic. And this is the conversation we were having last night before my computer got kicked, so I don't want to get too deep into it. Y'all know me. I get deep into it and they're going to kick my computer out again. It's going to lock up again. YouTube don't like it when I start making sense. They be like, damn. Because it don't fit the narrative. It don't fit the narrative. And I'm one of those people that I just firmly believe in. You know, you don't judge people based on what you think of them. You actually sit and you talk to them. And then you make a judgment based on what you just got from as you sat down and talked. All the facts involved, whether or not they're good. Like some people you might think are good. You say, this is a really good guy. He's a great guy. Then you find out he's stealing money from your company. So you can't no longer say he's a great guy because you just found out he's been stealing money from your company for the past 2 years. He's not a great guy now. So you can't just assume you're looking at somebody and say, well, this is good. You can't assume somebody's a bad person either. Oh, he's a horrible guy. He's a horrible guy. He's a Republican. He's horrible. But then you sit and you talk and you see all the actual actions we do in real life. Like I tell people, my real life is different from what you see online. Online, you might see me doing mechanic work. I don't do that all the time. I only do that some of the time. There's other things I got to do. You might see me make candles. I only do that some of the time, not all the time. So the little bitty clips you see of my life on the internet are very different from the reality I live every day. Like I woke up this morning. Oh, thank you, Miss Nia. Appreciate that. Like I woke up this morning. I had to go deal with a couple of clients, dealt with them, like stuff you guys don't even see. So I do that in my real life and I make the money I got to make to pay my bills and everything. I handle all my emails from roofers or whoever else I'm dealing with that day. And then I take time to get on the internet. And I only do not really what I'm allowed to do, but I'm right on the edge. The barbecue is always on the edge of burning the meat. I'm always on the edge of burning the meat because I know what these apps will and won't let me say and do. I've been kicked off of Facebook before, many times kicked off of Facebook. The very first live stream I ever did on TikTok, they shut my live stream down and said I can no longer live stream for like a week or 2 weeks or something like that because of what I was saying in the live stream. I know I'm always on the edge when I get going. And these apps know that I'm very, very unpredictable with what I will say. I'll say that I'm very unpredictable because when they see me, they see this black dude and they see the nice Cadillac that I drive to work and they think, oh man, one of them cool ass Democrats. And then they find out, oh shit, he's not. It's like, I thought just because, and it upsets them that I'm not who they think I am, that I can stand for who I am and who my people are and not be a Democrat. They say, well, how can you not be a Democrat, bro? Because like I said, I don't think Democrats like black people. Democrat leaders, let's say that. I always separate the leaders from the actual voters. The leaders don't like black people. Let's say that. And I'll tell you, this is why I'm gonna say this. I'll probably get kicked off of YouTube for it. So if this stream ends, it's because I just got too deep. That's all. Thank you, Miss Rebecca. I appreciate that. I'm gonna try to open this up some. What? There we go. There we go. See, I like moving my live streams around now. I like to be able to kind of mess with the with all the features and stuff. I like that. I can mess with the features. But this is why I think, and you can disagree. People can disagree because I am not the all-knowing 100% of consciousness. I'm not. I'm just not. So people and this is what's funny. Last night, I lost, maybe on that live stream, I lost probably about 7 or 8 subscribers off that live stream last night that I did last night talking about Republicans and Democrats. Like 7 or 8 people, which to me is okay because I unsubscribe from people all the time if I feel that it's information. Like I'll be on a pet channel and something will happen, like dogs will die or whatever. I can't watch that shit. I'm good. I'm a dog lover. I'm out. But when people unsubscribe from my channel, I'll look at it as losing dead weight. Like this ship can't carry everybody. I don't like everybody. Everybody don't like me. I'm totally okay with that. And a lot of people hear how I speak and they shut down because they say, I can't believe this dude ain't a damn Democrat. Let me tell you why I'm not. You haven't even stuck around to see. I even got a video explaining why I'm not a Democrat and people see it and they just shut down. But this is why, exactly, it makes space for the real ones. That's the way I look at it. That shit don't bother me because I want the quality of people on my channel. Not really the quantity, but the quality. But this is why I think Democrats don't like black people. Well, Democrat leaders, I keep saying Democrats and people think I mean 100% of Democrats. It can't be 100% of Democrats because people who vote Democrat leave the Democrat Party all the time because they don't do it. They say, you know what? I don't want to be a Democrat voter anymore and vote for these type of leaders. They didn't mind being a Democrat. They just didn't want to be a Democrat voter voting for those type of leaders who they felt weren't representing the Democrat Party as they felt. So there's a difference between a Democrat leader and a Democrat voter. I have no problems with the voters. The voters have to see the information. At some point, they've got to say, okay, I'm voting the wrong way because these people aren't even doing what they say they're going to do. But this is why I believe that Dems just don't like black people. Now, how am I going to start this? Because I know I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube because it always happens anyways. It's going to freeze up, lock up, and you won't see me no more. So I'm trying to be real careful with how I word this. But let's say in the beginning, like, they wanted to bring a lot of people to this country that weren't black. So we're going to bring a lot of people to this country that aren't black. We're going to open the borders, let a lot of people in. And the borders aren't just like for people from Mexico. They just cutting through Mexico. This is for the entire world. People are coming from all over. They're coming from Africa. They're coming from Europe. They're coming from Russia. They're coming from everywhere. China. They're coming from everywhere, cutting through Mexico up to our border to come into America because those people in those countries are underpaid in their country in US dollar. Now, if you look at Davos, Davos is Davos. You look at Davos. Davos is where the World Economic Forum, like all of these people meet and stuff like that. This is probably high level conversation that a lot of people ain't even aware of. Not a lot, but many. The World Economic Forum, Davos, that's where everybody meets. All the world leaders who aren't even elected. Many aren't even elected. They're just people with a lot of money. They say, we need to make sure that America allows the rest of the world to feed off of the American economy because America has like one of the greatest economies. So they get upset. And all these American politicians and American leaders and people like, Dara Khosrowshahi over at Uber, all of these people go to the World Economic Forum. And they say, you need to allow a percentage of our people from our country because we're importing your products and let them come into America and work so we can extract money out of America back into our country. And that's how the game works. They're using USAID, which was a huge organization. USAID would give money to all of these countries. NATO, we give defense money to all of these countries. America was constantly funding the world. This is why I'm telling you Democrats don't like black people. Follow me on this one. So we're funding the world. We're giving money to all of these countries. And these are Democrat because when the Republicans come in, we cut all of these programs and we stop feeding the rest of the world because we say we have people in this country who are struggling in education, struggling in society. We have people here. They're dark-skinned people. They're black. We need to take care of them. They helped build this country. So we need to stop funding the rest of the world and take care of black. That's what Republicans say. Democrats say, no, because of the World Economic Forum and we want to be a part of the world economy, we want to allow the world to eat off of the American plate. Well, what about the blacks in America that are struggling? Forget them. We're not worried about them. As long as we stay in power, we can continue keeping them on EBT, keeping them uneducated. They will forever be slaves to the American system. We feed the rest of the world. Davos, World Economic Forum, that's where we go. So they go over there and they come up with this agreement to allow people from other countries to have the American dream. I did a whole video about it. They allow the countries to have the American dream. So you come to America, you outsource all of your work over to other countries. Like our customer service is usually telephone support. You'll find people in India, people in Korea, people in other countries who are like, you call an American company customer support, you're going to get a person from India because we outsource all of that work instead of paying black Americans to do customer service and can be paid a fair wage. We'd rather underpay somebody in India. That's just how we do. It's how people generate profits. Same way slavery worked. You generate profits by not paying slaves. That's how you generate profits. I'm still on this thing explaining to y'all why Democrats don't like black people. It's a long story, but I'm telling you exactly why. So now you got the Democrats in power. And their thing is, if I feed the rest of the world, Democrat leaders, they say, if I feed the rest of the world, I get a kickback. I become rich. I could put a bank account in their country now. And they do it. They put bank accounts in other countries. Democrat leaders have bank accounts in other countries. I could put a bank account. So when I send them money and I send this and that, they're going to give me a kickback. The Bidens all had money in Ukrainian banks. They did. It's a known fact. They had Burisma was a power company, an energy company, and Biden's son Hunter was in charge of that. So they had all of these banks all over America that we would transfer American money to, and they get a kickback. Remember, 10% for the big guy. You remember that? I know a lot of y'all heard that before. 10% for the big guy. They would do contracts and they would all give kickbacks. 10% for the big guy. They all do it. They all do it. If I give you money, I need my 5%, my 10% for structuring a deal, my 3%. I need my percent for structuring a deal. They all do it. And so they outsource our economy to other people. We need to take care of the black people here, but Democrats don't think like that. They think, I got in power because black people voted my ass in power. This is my chance to get money. We're voting bartenders in power, AOC. We're voting people who used to be taxi cab drivers in power. We're voting people who just worked in the office in power. These people never tasted power before in their life. They finally get it and they get told the game. This is the game. Don't worry about the people that voted you in. Don't worry about them. We need to pay attention to Davos and the World Economic Forum. That's where the big money is. The big money is not in the hood. That's little money. The hood is welfare. We're giving them money. That's welfare. If you want to make money as a Democratic leader, you've got to show up at the World Economic Forum. Those are the people you want to talk to if you want to become a millionaire. And that's why Democrat leaders become millionaires. So they go, all right, I'm going to go over here to the World Economic Forum. I'm going to hobnob with all of these people, talk to all these people, find out what they need. USAID. Once we shut down USAID, you saw a lot of networks and programs all over the world started shutting down because that was tax dollars slated for the black community here, but we were taking care of everything around the world. So they were shutting down all of these networks and everything all over the world, pissed off because people weren't getting their kickbacks now. 10% for the big guy. They wasn't getting them kickbacks. So we're sitting there watching the Democrats become more elite. With each election, they're becoming more elite. They're becoming richer with each election. And the hood is becoming destabilized with crime, severely destabilized with crime. They're saying we're going to defund the police because that allows us to photograph all of these people, incarcerate them at a later date. We got something hanging over all their head. They all got crimes. We know because we got them walking in and out of stores with clothes. They're all on camera. So they destabilize our communities with crime, tie it up with crime. And in the meantime, we're focusing on trying to fight the little fires all around us. And they're extracting all the economy to the rest of the world and importing people into the world. So they're bringing everybody to America. And they're like, why are we importing all of these people to work jobs when all we got to do is just raise the amount of pay to a fair amount so a black person will work it? That's it. That's all you got to just raise the amount because everybody's got record profits. Wall Street is at a record level. So if Wall Street is at a record level and they got record profits, that means you guys have the money. You have the money to pay people. You just don't. You want to bring people in who will work for pennies, give the black people welfare to keep them voting for, hey, if you don't vote Democrat, they're going to cut your welfare. Yeah, we will. Because we want more for you. You'll never become self-sufficient and wealthy on welfare. We don't want that for black people. We don't need, even Martin Luther King said, welfare is the devil of the neighborhood. It's the devil. Welfare is the devil. He said that. So we out there trying to get a lot of people to say, if we give black people education and we give them trades and we give them income and we give them money and we give them land and we do things to help them become more self-sufficient, they don't become a burden on the tax dollars. We're now people who are working and putting into the tax system now. Now we're working, creating profits. We're paying taxes now. We're not just taking taxes in welfare. We're paying into the system now. If we did that, then the Democrats wouldn't have all of this money as a slush fund to do what they're currently doing right now. Like I said, Democrat leaders, they're very sneaky. They get all of this money funneled back to them and they call it a campaign donations or a capital venture company. And they're taking all of this capital in and they're basically washing it. It's like money laundering. They're just washing it is all it is. Now, this is why I say they don't like black people. So now we know that they have all this money. They got all these tax dollars. They got all these connections all over the world. They never once use any of those connections to come into our neighborhood to rebuild our neighborhoods. They don't use anything to come rebuild what we've built in this country that needs more infrastructure. They don't do that. They just say, well, what we're going to do is construct further out into the suburbs, and we're going to move the illegals out there. Because if you look, you go further out into the suburbs, that's where many of the networks of foreigners live now. They live far out. And all the blacks are still trapped in the city, full of crime, defund the police, fighting each other, no tax dollars, low tax bases. And in the meantime, we're watching Democrats get more powerful and more powerful with each election. This election that has been coming up and everything is completely destroying the whole power base, because a lot of people are waking up and they're realizing what we're saying is not just theory. It's actually true, because they say this shit's starting to make sense. We're seeing all of this fraud being exposed. All of these people involved, they're all linked to Democratic parties. If the Republicans were linked to any of this fraud and all of this stuff, don't you think we'd be seeing it all in the news right now? Because the Democrats control the media. So why are we not seeing the same level of fraud in the Republican Party with those leaders than what we're seeing with the Democrats and those? Why are we not seeing the same level of fraud? You really think when the Democrats were in power during the Biden years, during the Obama years, they would not have been outing every single Republican they could just so they could retain power? They would have been outing them. They don't have anything. So because they don't have anything, they throw racism out there. They throw, well, you guys are white supremacists. That's it. That's all you got. But there's a lot of black people in the Republican Party. Well, all y'all are white supremacists too. But we're black people who are fighting for the black community though, and we're in the Republican Party. We're wondering why we're not getting a cut of this money in America, but yet you guys, Democrat leaders, are taking care of the rest of the world with U.S. aid. You're taking care of every other country out there, but you're not even looking into our own hoods here. Why not? That's what we want to know as black Republicans. Why are we not taking care of our people and raising them up, lifting them out of poverty? Why are we not doing that? Oh, you're just a white supremacist. No, I asked you a question. I need an answer to that question. Oh, well, if you investigate me, then you're racist, you're a white supremacist, you deserve to go to jail. That's what they do. That's how they get rid of it all. So I'm sitting there like, you can't even talk to these people because they don't want to have a debate with you about it. Like, why are we not taking care? Like, it's like being in a car and your check engine light comes on. Let's say my check engine light comes on in the car. I'm driving. What up, Greg? My brother. My check engine light comes on as I'm driving. If it says low coolant, I'm going to check my coolant. I'm going to make sure I got coolant in the coolant thing because my check engine light just came on and says low coolant. I'm not going to see the check engine light come on for low coolant and go, oh shit, I need gas. I need to put some gas in. Oh hell, I need air in my tires, bro. I need air in my tires. My check engine light popped on saying low coolant. Let me go put some air in these damn tires. No. See, the check engine light in America is all the crime we're seeing. It's the fact that we see the black community struggling. That's our check engine light right there, that this country is healthy. We got a running machine called America. The check engine light is on saying the black community is stressing us out with the liabilities and the lack of income, the lack of education. That's our check engine light. Why don't we focus on that problem? We know we got air. We could put air in the tires later. We could put more gas in the car. But when that check engine light comes on, let's worry about that issue now to get over that hump instead of importing more people. You import all of these people because you saying, America's so white supremacist, it's so racist. Then why are these people coming here? If America is so racist and so white supremacist, why are you bringing more foreigners into this country? Why would they? That's like me saying a KKK meeting is the worst place ever, but I want to get in so bad. I want to be in there so bad. I want to get in that KKK meeting so bad. But I'm saying it's bad in there. Yeah, then why do you want to go in there? Because I want to get in there. That don't make sense then. So if America is so bad and it's so supreme and it's so racist, why are all these people trying to come here? Because it's all the narrative, and they've been paying law firms with discrimination attorneys to drum up racism all over the country. Southern Poverty Law Center drumming up racism. They drum it up to create this narrative in the media that all this racist stuff is going on, all these skinheads and all these Confederate flags are everywhere. Look at this. Well, the Democrats paid for that to happen. And this is why they hate black people. Instead of giving that money to the black community, they paid for racists to go out and stoke up racism. But not only that, the Democrats also, on the flip side of it, decided to pay people to stop ICE from deporting people. So you're paying for protesters to stop people from leaving the country, but you're paying white supremacists to make it hard for black people here. You see what I'm saying? I said they don't like black people. So you're paying all the white supremacists to make it harder for black people by paying the Aryan Nation and paying the KKK. You're doing that with Democratic funding and Democratic money, our tax dollars. You're paying for that to happen to make it hard for black people as you're importing people. And then you pay the exact same white people to go out and protest us, getting rid of the people we just imported. The whole time we're focusing on importing people and not deporting people, but not focusing on that check engine light called the Black America. That's your check engine light right there. Why are we not looking at Black America? Because Democrats don't care about Black America. That's what this is all about. They don't want to say it. The elephant in the room is simply that. If you are a Democrat, and I'm not saying if you vote Democrat, knock yourself out. But if you look at the leaders, the Democratic leaders, if you look at them, none of them have anything to say decent about the black. They're a bunch of Anton Daniels. They have nothing decent to say about the black community. Nothing decent. It's always our neighbors. We need to look out for our neighbors, our Somali neighbors. We need to look out for our neighbors. Oh, yeah, we need to take care of these immigrants. They're not illegals. It's not illegal to be here. With Jasmine Crockett, it's not illegal to be human. It's not illegal. We need to take care of our neighbors. What about the black people here? They never talk about the check engine light of America. If we're going to make this a strong country, then we need to strengthen every single link in this chain. Black people are a link in this chain. We need to strengthen that link, because with that weak link, we're not going to make it that far. It's going to keep popping. So we can't say, well, let's just not worry about the black chain, the link in the chain. Let's bring some immigrants in and replace them with a different link. We can't do that. We can't do that. And it sucks that, it's reality that it's Republicans that are worried about that and Democrats are not worried about that, because Democrats are just worried about power. Because if they got power, they could do nutty shit like take away the border. How do we go from having millions of people a month coming over to having absolutely nobody coming over? We got the exact same border down there. It's the enforcement. That's all it is, the enforcement. And once we stop the importation of people from all over the world, and like I said, they're all cutting through Mexico. So they cut through Mexico to get here from all over the world because of Davos. The World Economic Forum says America needs to open its doors to labor. And they even said that at the World Economic Forum, America is falling behind because America does not allow foreign labor. Foreign labor is underpaid, cheap labor. America cannot compete with the rest of the world unless we allow cheap labor in America, unless we allow their people in America. Let me make sure this thing is still running. I don't know if this system's still running or not, so y'all gotta let me know. Y'all know they're gonna shut me down pretty soon. They're gonna shut me down. So if that's what we're doing right there, these people are. Wait a minute. Let me move something real quick. Let me get this chat open a little further. Yeah, make sure y'all let me know if this shit is breaking or if it's still working. I don't know. But that's what they were saying at Davos at the World Economic Forum. They said America is falling behind. We are not competitive because we don't have cheap enough labor. That's the same shit they said before the Civil War. We have to have slaves because that's a huge boon to our labor. If we have to pay these people, then that's going to cut into our profits. We're only profitable if we have slaves. That's what Democrats, if you don't believe me, go research it. That's what the fight was all about. It was all about not having to pay black people because the South wanted to keep, the Southern Democrats wanted to keep profits, and the North were paying people. They were paying everybody. Europe was paying everybody. Every country was paying everybody. Everybody abolished slavery. The South said, we don't want to do that because then we're going to lose profits. Okay, cool. I'm glad. So far, so good. And so now we're at a point where if we don't realize that the World Economic Forum in Davos, we're at that critical point in time when if you don't think of that and you don't see that and go, you know what? These people are importing cheap labor because they don't want to pay the black people here. So, the decrease, the highlighted comment a little. Okay. I see it. Yeah, I see it. We got to do like this. Like that. Okay. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. They don't want to pay the black people. Instead of paying the black people, they rather just keep us on welfare, keep us pacified for right now. So they keep us pacified, and as long as we barely hobbling along. The black community is barely hobbling along. We're just making it. I mean, they jacked up rents, they jacked up car prices, they jacked up cost of groceries. So we're barely hobbling because we didn't get the increase in our income already. So we didn't get an increase in income. We don't make a lot anyways. So we're barely hobbling along. We complain too much. We complain too much. We complain too much. So they say, well, since the black people are complaining, this is what we do. We import people in because Davos and the World Economic Forum said we can't compete with the rest of the world unless we lower our labor costs, which means we need to hire people from their countries, which means we need to open the borders to their workers. And Trump said, not only are we going to compete with you guys because you got cheap labor, but what we're going to do is charge you a tariff now. So the things from your country are going to cost you more. And if you want to charge people in your country more for it, then that means you got to pay your people more. So America is making every country rise up, saying rise up and pay the people in your country more, pay them better so they don't come to America and take our infrastructure away. Make money here, sending it back to y'all country, flying out of the country on jets. We're going to increase the tariffs to level the playing field so we don't get cheap products from China, cheap products from Germany, cheap products from Mexico. It's going to cost the same as an American built product, that American person with an American job getting an American salary paid. So now you got to pay $50 for this part and you pay $50 for this part instead of saying, okay, the American part is $50, but the part from Chinese is $18. Why? Because of cheap labor. America says, no, pay your people better so they don't keep coming over here. And America says, we're going to shut our door to a lot of countries doing business with us if you don't start treating your people more humanely and paying your people humanely. We will come start a war and liberate the people in your country to make sure they have a better life in your country. Because all these people want to leave Venezuela. They want to leave Iran. They want to leave all of these countries because they're not getting their due from all the hard work they're doing in their country. So America says, if you don't step up to the plate and start taking care of your people, we gonna come over, switch regimes, then we'll remove all of the tariffs. You can charge a normal rate. Where the WEF, the World Economic Forum in Davos, is saying, no, we're gonna keep treating people like shit all over the world. And when they come to America, we still gonna treat them like shit, pay them $15 an hour, but we're gonna use tax dollars to hobble them along, just like we're doing with the black people. Hobble them along, hobble them along. Because you can't be an immigrant coming to America, living 10 deep in a 3-bedroom house forever. You can't do that forever. At some point, you're going to need your space. So you can't live 10, 15 people deep in a house, getting tax dollars from Americans, barely getting salaries and saying, oh, I live a lot better here in America than I live in my country. Because in my country, we're 10 deep in a house and we don't even have a job. At least we're 10 deep here and we're getting government money. We're getting financial aid. We're getting man, this is great in America. This is the dream. And that's what they said in Davos. They said, if you want to create the American dream, come to America. We will take care of you. They told all the leaders of all of those countries, went back to their country and said, listen, America's going to open its door. The Democrats are going to open the doors. We can now go over there. Well, what about the poor black people? What about the poor white people in America? Fuck them. They're not worried about them. They're going to allow us to come over there, work in their companies, work in their factories. They're going to give us stipends, give us places to live, give us money. They're going to give us, the ability to work over there. Because in January of 2021, I think Biden signed something allowing undocumented workers to legally work here. Because it was illegal for the longest time. But then they signed a document saying, oh, it's legal to work here. So, and this is why I'm saying Democrats don't like black people, the Democrat leaders. I'm not saying Democrat people, because people who are Democrats love themselves, but the leaders of the Democrat Party don't love the people who are voting for them. Because if they did, none of this shit would even exist like this. It wouldn't be so backwards. They would be like, listen, we're going to take care of the check engine light. Let us fix our house first. Let me at least clean the bedroom before I allow somebody to come sleep in it. Let me make the bed. Let me take care of the black people we already got. Before we start importing more people from Somalia and Sudan and Ethiopia, let me take care of the black people we already got first. Then we'll worry about your country. But they don't do that, though. They don't do that. So, yeah, even the migrants will get tired of being slaves. It's a cycle. The elites are fucking evil. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is the thing. The migrants over here now, even the migrants who are driving rideshare, They're out protesting right now. They want more money. It's like, first, you're here and you shouldn't be here. Now you're protesting more money. So now you're protesting to get paid more because you're realizing how much it really costs to have a black SUV. You're realizing how much insurance in America really is. You're realizing you got tricked to come over here. And now all the money you thought you was going to be sending back and forth is a fraction of what you thought because you didn't budget for the cost of America. Then if you don't get your welfare, you don't get the little monthly stipend for being an undocumented person, and you don't get your living expenses paid and everything, you're screwed now. And the Democrats got all of these people, and that's why they fighting so hard to not deport them, because they lied to all of these countries and told all these people, send us your people, send us everybody. We want to compete with y'all. We want to have cheap labor, because that's what they were told at the World Economic Forum. America cannot compete unless America has cheaper labor. And the Democrat leaders was at Davos, and they were saying, well, our people don't want to be paid cheap. They want to be paid more because the cost of living is going up in America. Well, this is how we'll help. We'll send all of our people over there. Well, what about black people? What about white people? Fuck them. We're not worried about them. We will send you workers. We will send you staff. We will send you people. Don't worry about work. We got enough people here that want jobs, and they'll work for pennies on a dollar over there. So they all came over. When they came over here, what happened? Crazy. People started getting let out of Tyson food plants, and everybody started losing their jobs in droves, and AI started taking over, and everybody starts saying, okay, I'm looking for a job right now. I got a degree. I'm looking for a job, but they're not hiring right now. Oh, they're hiring. They're just not hiring an American right now. They're looking at ways to cut money because they were all told at Davos. They were all told, you guys need to compete with cheaper labor. I'm telling you, it's all there. And people think it's racism. It has nothing to, they had to actually pay white supremacists to go out and do racist shit. There is no vast amounts of crazy racism going on. It ain't. They are paying people millions of dollars. Hey, we're gonna give you $300K. Can you go over there and do some racist shit? Because we need something in the media right now. Ain't nobody being racist enough. Hey, you need $1 million? Get some people together. We're gonna have a whole bunch of rallies all over the country, and we're gonna give you $1 million. Gather all your people, go over the country, do some racist shit. There's not enough racism going around. That's what the Southern Poverty Law Center is going through right now. Because people were so focused on doing better, getting better. We have more interracial couples now than ever before. But yet racism a huge problem now? If racism was such a huge problem, why would people have to pay to make racist things happen? It would just be happening. It would just be happening. You'll be looking around like, man, all this racist shit happens every damn day. This is crazy racism. This is nuts. It would just happen naturally, but it's not happening naturally. It's to the point where they're paying people to go do racist shit at events. People are showing up, just cool. You telling me a big ass pallet with bricks on it happens to be at a rally? You don't see that happen at Republican rallies. Why you go to a Republican rally and a Republican event, you don't just see a big ass pallet of bricks just sitting there. But you go to a Democrat function, it's a huge pallet of bricks. It's gas masks in the back of trucks. They giving out sticks and bats. It's like, what kind of rally is this? They're paying for this shit because it wouldn't be, people would show up without it if nobody was buying it. Even one of the co-founders' daughters of Walmart, she was paying for a bunch of gas masks and crazy shit. So I'm sitting there like, you don't see this going on at no Republican conventions. Why are you paying for all this? If this truly existed, you wouldn't have to pay for it. Because it don't. This shit is all fabricated. It's manipulated. It's all manipulated. It's fabricated for a reason. For a reason. And you have to look through it. Right now, all the investigations going right now are all against the Democrats. And they're being found guilty on a whole lot of counts. I mean, they got emails, wire transfers. They got people turning state. Everything happening. So can't nobody sit and say, well, it's all a theory. This is all a theory. Man, thank you, Freight Williams. Say getting a kicker sub. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Man, so you can't sit and tell me. You cannot tell me that all of this shit that's going on right. Let me move this over some. Let's do like this. Let's separate a little bit. Yeah, so you can't tell me that everything that's going on, all the stuff that's going on right now, just so happens to be natural. Natural. Oh, naturally, somebody wanted a pallet of bricks here. Naturally, somebody wanted gas masks and bats and sticks and shit. Naturally, somebody wanted that. No, this is all paid for by the same people who are importing immigrants. Like I said, they don't like black people because all the money they're spending on all of this, they could be spending on the black community if they were really, really against racism. Why would you be paying to promote racism, then paying to promote immigrants coming here, but you ain't saying shit to the black people except vote for me because Trump is racist. Vote for me, Trump is racist. Do something for us. Do something for us. Yeah, I'm a Republican black, but I don't care who's in power. Do something for us. We're tired of giving up our vote for all of these empty ass promises, and we see all these activities going around us when it was us, our ancestors, helped build this country. We were brought here. We didn't ask to come here. But since we were brought here, here we are now. We're not giving infrastructure bills to go back to whatever country if they say, you know, we're going to give every American who can trace their roots $4 million and a free ticket to go back to where you came from. You don't see that shit happening, but the Democrats get that money all the time. They be giving, look at these Somalis, each one of them becoming millionaires. They becoming millionaires for running fake daycares, millionaires for running fake transportation companies, millionaires for running fake healthcare companies. They become millionaires in a matter of 2-3 years. We're generations deep and we ain't millionaires yet. We generations deep. So you can't tell me the money ain't there. If the money ain't there, how do you move here from Somalia 10 years ago and now somehow you're worth $14 million? The money is there because where'd the money come from? Tax dollars that was supposed to go to the black community. That's where the money came from. It didn't come from business. It's fake business. They're billing and invoicing the government. The government gets the money from where? Tax dollars that's supposed to go to the black community. So you can't tell me the money ain't there. It's a bunch of bullshit to say we can't take care of the black community, the money ain't there. That's bullshit. The money been there. They don't want to give it to black people. They don't like black people. The Democrat leaders do not like black people. I know that for a fact. They don't. They would do anything in their power to be like, well, you know, it's just impossible. We don't have the funding. You know, bullshit, you got the funding. It's in airplanes leaving the country every day. It's in wire transfers every day. You got the money. Don't play. But you never once see them say, you know what, if you don't like America so damn bad, whether you a black Republican or a black Democrat, if you don't like America so damn bad, I'm going to give you $4 million right now and a plane ticket to wherever country you want to go to. $4 million cash right now. I would take my ass straight to the fuck Philippines. I'd be living for like $300 a month forever. But they don't do that. No, they keep us here to vote for them. We are the patsies. We are the pawns. We are the black idiots that keep voting Democrat because, well, I was born Democrat. I'm gonna die Democrat. No thought process necessary. It's all skin color. It's all skin color. I was born Democrat. I'm gonna die Democrat. I was born a Christian. I'm gonna stay a Christian. That's what we do. Because we're taught to do that. We're indoctrinated to do that. The moment we start thinking, oh, you Uncle Tom. No, I'm not an Uncle Tom. I just love black people to the point where I think we're getting the shitty end of the deal. We helped build this country. We're getting the shitty end of the stick right now. Because the money is there. I see the money. I'm an accountant. 20-year degree, 20-year career, accounting degree. I know how to see money. The money is there for black people. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be saying it. I'd be like, you know what, black people? I'm a Republican, and these people doing the best they can do for us. Enjoy your EBT. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your Section 8. Just be thankful they giving us Section 8. No. We got people here moving 3 years ago they got here. They're millionaires already. Then we got people who living on Section 8 for eternity and they ain't never making it. They always barely on the edge of getting evicted. So how do we got people getting $9,500 per kid, getting $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 invoices every month paid by our government with our tax dollars? But I'm gonna sit here and say, oh, be happy that they giving you $80 more in EBT this month. Be happy. They don't have to give us that. You just be happy. No. That's not how it's gonna work. We know the money's there. We see it as accountants, all of us. When you look at any of these news stories out right now, the ones with Ilhan Omar, what do you say? Well, my accountant, because accountants know money. We know what we looking at. We look at invoices all the time. We're like, oh, Uncle Thomas, exactly. That's all they saying. Man, I appreciate you, Nip, for letting people know about the super chats. Let me see. There we go. I'm gonna have to decrease this size of this here. Wait a minute, let me see something. I'm gonna move this like, oh, how do I do this? I'm always working with this shit, but I love it though. Whatever. Well, I could just do like this. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull this down some. Nope, can't touch that part. I thought I could. I can't do it. But I'm always working with my my StreamYard shit, just because my OBS stuff, because I like moving OBS around because I can actually work with it. See, that's a little bit better, not much, but a little bit. Let's see something. Oh, that's not good. I just cut Nia off. I cut you off. I'm sorry about that. I cut you off. That's better. No. But no, and that's what I wanted to get up this morning and talk about, because we wanted to. Last night we were kind of getting into it, and YouTube cut me off because I think they knew I was where I was going. They knew where I was going, and that's why I'm trying to get rid of all the rideshare shit off my channel, because YouTube will look at the algorithm and say, "Oh, cool, a rideshare channel. Bro's got a lot of rideshare content. Let's go ahead and recommend him to people who do rideshare." Then they come to my channel, I'm talking like this. So for a while, as I'm going through niches and cleaning up my content and everything, I'm gonna have low views for a while. And I'm okay with that, because low views means they're really recommending my content to people who don't watch what I'm currently doing right now, but watch the old stuff. Rideshare. They'll send it and they'll be like, "Oh man, I'm a new rideshare driver. I didn't come here to talk about t-shirts. I didn't come here to talk about politics. I didn't come here to talk about Anton Daniels. I came here to talk about rideshare, but I don't do rideshare content." So I'm cleaning up my channel right now. If you go look at my videos, if you go to Social Blade, you'll see I have deleted a ton of videos, because I'm not going back to rideshare. I'm not doing that. I'm done. I've phased out of that. I don't even drive rideshare, so I phased out. I'm doing something different. So it's like, man, say, I don't mind if you cut my profile photo. Yeah, I know it. I was scooting you over too far off the screen. I was like, okay, you're way too far over there. But that's why I want to have, my morning show, because I don't want to wake up in the morning and talk about us getting ripped off by rideshare, by Uber and Lyft. That's not what I don't want to start my day with that. I want to start my day off with some introspective thoughts, and have people, when you're out, you're talking to people about why you're making the decisions you're making, because you're making these decisions for America, for our country. This is our country, and we've got to take care of it. And like I said, the World Economic Forum, Davos, all of those people, Charles Schwab and all those people, they don't like America. They don't want America to exist and the power that it is. They want to minimize our power, not let black people and white people come together to show how strong, because you imagine how strong black people are, to go 400 years of being slaves in this country and everything else, to one day having a half black president. That's some pretty powerful shit. That's some pretty, imagine if you went to Israel and one day you had a Palestinian president of Israel. That would be some crazy shit. If you said, dude, we got a Palestinian president for the nation of Israel now. That would be crazy shit. Imagine a Jewish person being the president of Germany. That would be crazy shit. So imagine a black person becoming the president of America. Shit's crazy. But it's happening. We are actually in this country assimilating as a unified nation of black people and white people and Asian people and Mexican people. We are actually assimilating, and we have more resources. We have more intelligence. We have greater thoughts. We have great colleges. Everybody wants to come here, and the rest of the world saying that place is getting way too damn powerful. They gonna take over everything if we let. So what do? We gotta go spend money on racism. We gotta go buy up some racism. We need to go out here and make sure that this country don't assimilate. We got to make black people think white people hate them. We got to make white people think black people hate them. But yet we got the most interracial relationships probably out of any goddamn country on this planet. But yet we're saying black people hate white people and white people hate black people. Well, why do we have so many interracial relationships? I don't know, but you guys hate each other. You shouldn't love each other like that. We're going to send you some immigrants to kind of water the system down. It's like, they see it, Charles Schwab and everybody. They all know it's it, man. All know it's it. Say, oh yeah, 2026, we elevating, time to upgrade and do something new. And that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that in this podcast that we're doing, and I say we're doing it together because a lot of the comments, people wonder why I highlight comments. A lot of people out there, when they do their chat, they won't highlight the chat. unless it's like a super chat or something like that. But I think a lot of the people who actually chat on my comments adds more flavor to the barbecue. Just add more seasoning to it. And when I was doing StreamYard and we couldn't see the chat, that upset me because I want people to see the seasoning. I want them to see the level of intelligence on this channel. The people who are even smarter than me, people who have greater ideas than me, more insight than me. There are people out there who are intelligent and they should be shown. So I do highlight comments even though people don't super chat me. And people say, well, you're not going to make no money with that channel unless you only highlight super chats. I'm like, you know what? Let it be what it be. I'll just have to go out and work and make more money doing my shit with clients today. Let it be what it be. That's just how I live. I don't do it for the money. The money would be nice, but I don't do it for the money. If we do it for the information, the money's going to come later. So if we actually go out and we share the insight, we share the power, we share the knowledge, the money will come later. And a lot of people, they hold back and they become a character for the internet. I'll never be a character for the internet. And that's why I think the internet don't like me, because I'm not a character. I am a very unpredictable, real human. I am not a programmed. You're not going to know what the hell I'm going to talk about from one podcast to the next. You don't know. You don't know what I'm going to even say as you're sitting here. You don't know. You don't know where this conversation is going to go because I am a real human. I'm not a fake character, a phony ass podcaster. I'm not trying to kiss nobody's ass and make nobody like me. I am me. If you don't like me and you leave me alone, that helps me, because the last thing I need is a snake around me who pretending to like me but don't really like. That's how you get set up. You got people around you that pretend to like you, and they get all this information about you, then they use it against your ass. I say, if you don't like me, leave me the fuck alone now, because it's only gonna get worse. That's what I'll say. Man, thank you, Nina Boo. Nina Boo, looked at your channel and subbed. Thank you, thank you. She subbed to you, Nina. So Nina and Nina are now friends on the Instagram, on the YouTubes. Yeah. So imagine if we did that, half of them they did to her. Exactly. And that's the thing. It's not even about revenge no more, because if we did do what they did to half of our ancestors, this country will implode. It would implode. So the most we can do right now is look at how can we move forward with the power that we got. How can we move forward with all the foundation that we built in this country, knowing that the rest of the world is scared of America. They are scared of America because we actually have the best of both worlds. We got strong black, we got strong white, we got strong Mexican, we got strong Asian. We got all these strong communities here in one country. You go to China, it's predominantly China. China supreme. You go to Ethiopia, it's Ethiopia supreme. You go to Britain, it's Britain supreme. You go to Germany, it's Germany supreme. You come to America, it's everybody. And they say, oh, it's white supremacy. Actually, it's everybody. Because you got strength in every community you go into, and it's a lot of different communities here. And if all those communities came together, man. This is how you feel about grifters. Saw a lady on TikTok who makes man-hating content, but she is now married. True grifter. Man, you're a truth teller. And I'll tell you something about grifters. There's this one guy. That's great. And they called this dude out. He runs this podcast called Fugazi or something like that, or No Fugazi or something. So this dude, he was in the manosphere. And I told y'all, I don't like the manosphere. It's a bunch of weird ass dudes. I do not like the manosphere. So don't bring me no manosphere shit. Don't ever say, hey, Jeff, you're invited to the manosphere. Get the fuck away from me. Don't bother me. I'm working right now. So it's like, this guy was talking all shit about women with kids and don't ever get with a woman and don't ever take a woman with kids. And if you do that, you're giving up your life and your value as a man and create your own family, blah, blah, blah. And he runs a new No Fugazi podcast. You know, this dude went out and married this white lady that already got kids already. And I think her kids were white. They weren't even mixed. I don't even know if they were mixed or not. I didn't even follow the story. But that's how these grifters work, man. They talk all of this shit and they become a character on the internet. They become a character right on the internet. See, I can't be a character. I can't even say I hate Democrats. I can't stand Democrats. Because then my two ex-wives will pop up and be like, well, you weren't saying that shit in the bed last night, motherfucker. I'm a Democrat, you know. See, so I couldn't even lie and say I hate Democrats. I hate Democrat leaders because they don't represent the community of Democrats as they should. I keep it 100. And everybody knows, well, Jeff, you can't hate Democrats because your ass married a couple of them. So, and they knew I was Republican when we got married. But we didn't care because we ain't like that. So I'm not going to put on some big ass front like I'm some super Republican. I hate Democrats so much, I smash them all with one single, like a Thanos glove and shit. I smash all of these. No, they be like, dude, you was married to two of them, you idiot. Yeah, you're right. Let me take off the Thanos glove. You're right. It's like, And it's like, so these people out there, they become these goddamn hypocrites because they talking all this shit to get these views. They talk all this nonsense to get these views on the internet. And then in their real life, they doing the exact opposite. And it was two dudes. Wait a minute. Now I can think it was another dude. He was a bald black dude. So the bald black dude did the same thing. So it's two black dudes, both married these white ladies, which is no problem at all. I married a white lady before. So you got these two black dudes that married this white lady. They both married a white lady. But on their podcast, they were talking shit about being with women with kids already and being with women with this and that. And they both did exact opposite of what they were preaching on their thing. And I'm sitting there like, how can you sit up there and do that? How can you preach this shit to all of these people, get all these views, make all this money, and then you turn around and marry white ladies with kids? Both of them did the same shit. Both of them. And I was like, man, nobody can get a soundbite from 2024 about you contradicting yourself. No, I'm telling you, hey, people probably have been scouring my content and I know people look through my content. People have been looking for me to live differently than how I talk. They are looking for, how in the hell does he live differently than how he talks? I got to find some way that he contradicted himself and he's living different from how he talks. Man, he says this, and this, but I bet he lives this way for real. Never find it. Never find. They can hunt all. I stand on everything. I have no reason to lie. I stand on everything. And when they try to look for it and they try to find it, you'll say, damn, Jeff, you really are the way you say you are. Like, yeah, every day, man, every day. I got to live with myself. I got to talk to people in public. I got to ride with people. I don't got to look over my shoulder for shit I ever said because I only kept it 100 the whole time. Yeah, exactly. So no, man, say men who come from a woman yet disrespect women. Exactly. And that's craziness. And by far, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't, let me see how am I gonna put this. I don't put nothing past women. I don't glorify and glamorize women just like I don't glorify and glamorize man. We have women's prison in this country for a reason. We got male prisons in this country for a reason. Everybody will do something to you, nefarious. Everybody will. So you got to weigh everybody as an individual. I don't say, well, since you're a woman, I trust you. Since you're a man, I don't. No, you put everybody to individual. Say, you know what? Let me get to know you. Whether or not I trust you or not is based on how we deal with each other over the next few years or whatever. You might be somebody trustworthy. You might not be. But there's so many men out there that say, well, I don't trust a woman. I don't trust no bitch. I don't trust a woman. I don't trust. Right off the bat. And I think it's because they don't trust themselves. That's why they say, I don't trust women. Why? Because if I trust me and I'm around you, then I'm going to bring you up to my level of trustworthiness. We're both going to be able to do business or do whatever we can, and we're going to be trustworthy. But yeah, I noticed that YouTube makes you work for your views. TikTok assists you by putting your videos out to people for your page. Yeah. Like, man, I don't, between like me, YouTube don't like, because I told y'all a long time ago, YouTube is a Democratic platform. I mean, Kamala Harris, $55 million. They put ads out, 55 million. They want to cut of that money, but that's money from all investors, all tax dollars, everything. They want to still get a return on their investment. That money is for the future and everything else. 55 million is a lot of money when the Republicans only put up 5 million. Google's like, y'all only gave us 5. So they're going to smash any channel that promotes Republican like logic and theory. Like, man. So y'all watch your older videos, Jeff, and you've been real the whole time. I know. And the thing is, I lose a lot of people along the way. I lose a lot of people in my content. But to me, it's okay. Because the way I see it is, real recognize real. And a lot of fake ass people come to my channel and they say, oh, I can't fuck with this dude. I can't get over on this dude. I can't mess. Because real recognize real. Fake people come, they know they can't stand no chance around here. They ain't gonna make it that long. Because I call out fake shit. And they see it. I've done it my whole time online. I've called out fake shit. And when they try to come at me to call out fake shit, they ain't got nothing. I tell motherfuckers, I live in the hood. Still to this day, I live in the hood. I work on my own cars. I work on my own house. I ain't rich. I never said I was rich. I work every day. Always gonna work. Enjoy working because I'm not a lazy ass person. They can't come at me with shit. So it's hard for somebody to come to a real person and they so used to seeing fake shit on the internet that they can criticize and they can mess with. The most they can say about me is they don't like me. You cuss too much. You this, you that. I don't care. You ain't gotta watch me. It's nothing that somebody can say on my channel that's going to change my real life. And I think they know that, because my real life is exactly what I work for every single day. There's nothing I would change about my real life. Nothing I would change. I work hard at this thing every single day. So if anybody that comes online, the most I can say is, you need to get a better camera. You need to get a microphone. You broke. You need to get a better microphone. You look at your headphones. Your headphones trash. Your headphones trash. They sound like a bunch of 13-year-olds playing GTA and shit. Your keyboard trash. Your keyboard trash. Okay. Yeah. Your microphone stand is trash. You don't have a nice roadie microphone stand. You're trash. They sound like a bunch of kids playing GTA and shit. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my day today. I'm going to do XYZ today. What are you doing? You going to sit on the internet all day calling people trash. That's it. That's all you 13-year-olds do that shit. My son used to do it when he was a little kid. You're garbage, bro. You can't play NBA 2K. You're garbage, bro. And so these people are just older versions of my little ass kid. They just go on people's podcast. Oh, you're just trash. Your glasses are trash. Your glasses aren't like my glasses. Yeah, my glasses are expensive. You're trash. They don't do shit for my real life. I'm like, whatever, man, whatever. I keep that shit moving because they can't say nothing about what I do in my real life. And I show a lot of my real life on here, and they can't say anything because it's stuff that they would never do. They would never start a business from the ground up, grinding that shit out, investing in thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment. They'd never climb up on the fucking roof and fix their own HVAC system before they even called the HVAC dude. Just get up there and fix that shit yourself. They wouldn't do that. So the most they can do is get on there. Oh yeah, man, your microphone's trash, bro. It's trash. That's all they're like little fucking kids, little kids. So when they come to my channel and they realize I'm not no little kid, I'm a real man, they bounce. Because one thing you're gonna realize about a lot of weak ass people, they don't like going around real men, especially if it's a man. Fake men do not like being around real men. Fake men will go and grab a group, manosphere shit, and they'll try to jump you. They'll go get 4 or 5 of their friends. I'm a solo dude. Even when I was young, I was a solo dude. I got jumped one time at the shopping center in Memphis. They jumped me at the shopping center. You know, I caught their ass like a week later, and me and my brother beat the shit out these 2 dudes with tent poles and everything. We bent the poles and all that. My little sister was like, why y'all beat the shit out that dude? That's the dude that jumped me at the shopping center. It was like 5 of them jumped me at the shopping center and took some money. So I caught up with their ass a week later. I told my brother, that's them right there. We went in the hallway, we grabbed some big ass aluminum tent poles, we chased their ass down and beat the shit out of them, broke one of the dude's arms. Like, I always roll solo. I'll get your ass back one day. I don't need no group around me. I roll solo. I will get you one day. It might not be today, but you're gonna be looking over your shoulder for a long ass time. And when I do catch up with you, woo, you gonna wish. You're gonna be like, man. Cause I'm a real dude, man. I grew up for real. I mean, my life is real. I don't have to say, you sound like Anton. I know it for real, man. I be chasing motherfuckers down. It was like my brother, the dude name was Pig Man. They call him Pig Man. And he used to go around trying to jump people all the fucking time. We caught his motherfucking ass. We caught him and one of his homeboys, beat the shit out of him. Me and my big brother Kenny, we was like, let's go get him. Let's get him. The whole apartment complex was like, oh shit. They was chasing us. They was like running, like Jeff and them beating Pig Man up. I was like, I'm gonna get his ass. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you back. I know it. See, I stayed in myself anxiety because of that. Yeah. Jeff, has anybody tried to steal your content, like clipping your vids? Oh, people do it all the time. I mean, I don't really call it stealing my content. Like Benny Johnson, Benny Johnson's run about 4 of my videos before. And Benny Johnson has like 6 million subscribers on his channel. And he ran like 4 of my videos. And even from people that come to my channel and say, oh, you, I saw you on Benny Johnson, bro. They'll like put in my comments or whatever. I just saw you on Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson has 6 million subscribers. And when people are commenting on my videos, bro, we just saw you on Benny Johnson. But that's from my TikTok channel because I talk politics over there. So people will be in my TikTok saying where they saw me at. Hey, bro, I saw you on this channel. Hey, bro, I saw you on the News Network, something. I just saw your video on News Network. You're the first video. Oh, I saw you on Black Perspective today, bro. And it's cool because, you know, it's actually getting, not really my brand, but it's just getting the truth out there. And people know when they see me, they gonna see the truth. I'm not gonna hold back. The fact that I appreciate and I respect the black community and I love being black and I'm not ashamed to be who I am, it offends a lot of Democrats because the Democrats think that we have to turn on our own people just to be loved by our own people. It's weird. It's like, why is the fact that I love black people and I want to see black people do well, I don't want to see them being criminals. I don't want to see them incarcerated like animals and shit. I want to see us do well in life. Why is that such a hard thing to swallow for some Democrats? They don't like it because I'm a Republican and they think you should be hating black people because you're a Republican. Because I need to fight you because you're a Republican. I need to go against you because you're a Republican. But if you for the black community, shit, I can't even argue with you, man, because you like the black community. I can't even fuck with you. I'm unsubscribing you. I'm looking for a Republican that hate black people. That's what I'm looking for. And that's what they do. They go looking for black Republicans that hate black people so they can call them coon. Like Anton Daniels hates black people. He's cooning. Oh, you a coon. I tell folks, just because you're a Republican don't make you a coon. If you're Anton Daniels, now you become a coon. That's a whole level of coonery right there. That shit right there kills me. And I'm like, how can you hate who you are? You're the darkest black podcaster I've seen, and you hate black people. That's some weird shit. You got a black daughter, you got a black wife, all your brothers is dark black, but you cater to white folks. Like, dude, you cooning too hard, man. You fucking cooning. That's crazy shit. And Republicans shouldn't be that. We should be the first ones to say we love black people. We ain't painting them in a negative light. Republicans are the ones who freed blacks from slavery. They're the ones who said the Democrats down south don't have a right to lock us up in shackles and keep us as free labor, picking cotton fields and soybean and wheat fields. They said, no, we're going to start a war called the Civil War to get y'all out of that shit. So they started the war. They got us out of shackles and shit and said, y'all deserve to be a free people. Now, not only were we a free people, we didn't get the accolades like everybody got in the Homestead Act. I'm gonna look while I'm here. I'm gonna look up the Homestead Act because this will be good. Is it moving slow? Is the internet moving? Is it choppy right now? Are they killing me right now? Let me see. It says excellent. I guess it's excellent. YouTube dark as YouTube. Yeah. And let me know if it's choppy or something like that. I don't know if the internet is choppy or not because I'm looking at this other screen and it's kind of moving slow like choppy and I'm like, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna try to open this panel right here. I'm gonna see something. I'm gonna try something. It says my kilobyte is 8,043, which is higher than recommended. We recommend that you use a string of 2,500 kilobytes. Wait a minute, let me see something. I'm looking at this right here. I'm seeing a message. We recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 2,500 kilobytes per second. Okay. So I don't know how to change my kilobytes per second though. I don't know how to do it. Let me see if I can go in here and see. Nope, they won't let me change it. Oh, wait a minute. Video, output, stream, output. Ooh, I could probably change it. Let's see something. Let's do 3,000. Okay, I just changed to 3,000 kilobytes per second. Let's see if something happens with that. Because YouTube just told me, oh, now it's saying poor. Now it's saying excellent. Okay. Let's see. 11, 12, 11, 13. Okay, I'm going to see if this changes my kilobytes per second, if it becomes excellent again. So you guys got to let me know in the chat if anything changes. Because I can't tell. I'm not going to be able to tell. Let's see. Now, okay, the audio is good now, but is the video is choppy right now? Like, what about right now? Is the video choppy or is the video good? Because it's saying my kilobytes per second is about 2,700. This and that, 2,800. I don't know if it's choppy or if it's good right now. Let me know. Because if I have to go back to 8,000, I'll just go back to 8,000. Let me know. Visual, yes. Choppy. All right. Let me go back in. Now visual is good, not choppy. Okay. Okay, so if the vid, it says, so right now everything is good right now, like it's moving and flowing like perfectly right now. Because I don't know, because I can't see like how it's looking in the other thing up there. It says excellent, which means whatever. I don't know what that means, but oh, so the video's choppy. Audio, is it for real? So the video's choppy, but the audio is good right now? Don't tell me that, because I'm gonna have to go back in and change the kilobytes, man. I'm gonna have to go back in and change it. I'm gonna have to go back in and change it. No, still choppy video. All right, hold up. I'm going in here. I'm gonna change this shit to 6,000. Let's see. Output 6,000. So it's gonna be choppy for a second. Let's see. Okay, now I'm running 7,200 right now. I'm just, because I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't even understand what this shit means, but I'm trying to figure it out. And you guys will kind of help me walk through it, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, it says excellent right now. Say you to enough information to maintain. I don't know. Let's see. Let me know. Now it should open up and it should be going pretty well right now. Not 100% sure. We're about to find out in a second though. Let me know if this thing is still choppy, if it's still good. See, another strike by the elites. I'm telling you, man, they after me right now. That's why I said I'm gonna run this for about an hour. We're at an hour 17 minutes right now. So let me know if the video is choppy, if it's choppy and everything. Because it may be time to end this live stream, because we did some good cooking this morning, some good grilling this morning. I could always come back and do another live stream this afternoon. See, now it's better, so it's moving better right now. Everything is fine right now. Because I put it back up to like 8,000 kilobytes. And it's like, because I don't know why YouTube says 2,500. So I stick it at 2,500 and then it gets all crazy and shit. And I put it at 6,000, 8,000. It runs just fine. I don't get this internet shit, man. I need to find out what kilobytes per second even means. Like, man. Yeah, and that's the thing. Every time I get on the internet, man, it happens. They start messing with my live streams and everything. So I'm going to stop doing 3-4 hour live streams, and I'm going to do for like an hour or so. We're going to all take a break, do what we got to do, enjoy the day, this and that. Then we're going to come back and re-live stream. So, because you know how normally I'll do, one live stream, but I'll do it for like hours. I want to start doing, this is not receiving enough information again. Let me know. It's still choppy. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Well, we're at an hour 18 minutes anyway. So what we'll do is we'll end it right here. We'll take a break. I got to do some running around, do some things, make a few phone calls and everything. Thank you guys for the super chats and all that. And I gotta let me read before I end this, my Patreon people. Hold up for a second. Where's my Patreon people at? Oh yeah, okay. So these are the people on Patreon. Shout out to the people out there that actually paid to be members on my Patreon. I'm gonna start from the top. Is Ms. LaShonda Johnson, Derek Floyd, Jakeith Flack, Cherie Douglas, Anthony Maurice Milliner, Damon Hendon, A. Ray, Nicole Lee, and Miss Nia. Thank you guys for actually paying to be a part of the group over on Patreon. I appreciate that. Now, I do have a lot of free people that just signed up, like Larry, Cheryl, Sylvia, Alexander, Jay, Wana, Woodard, K-Love, Rochelle, K-Boss, Derek, Fana, Real Life Girl, Jeremy, Walik, Jamar, Bridget, Michael, Jonathan, and Alicia. So thank all you guys for at least coming over for free to help build the channel, to come over and look, because I do drop some free content over there. I'll put a few free things out, but then I'll drop like a paid thing. So make sure you get over on the Patreon, check that out. I'll be dropping more content over there this week, definitely this week, because I got some big things coming up. So I want to go over there and have a chat with everybody. And if they keep messing up my live streams over here, we're gonna have to start streaming at Patreon. Make sure you get the Patreon, because if I have to start streaming over there, we gotta have these conversations off YouTube. We will. I'll do what I can do, man. But Like I said, everybody just stay fighting for each other out there. That's the most we can do is fight for each other. I know people do not agree with me, but there's not a single Democrat out there that I want to see struggling and suffering. Not a single one. And I know there's a lot of Democrats that want to see me die. They want to see me struggle. They want to see me fail and see my channel get kicked. I don't care. I still don't want to see you lose, because if you lose, that means your offspring's going to lose too. At some point, we got to break that cycle. And if it takes me to sacrifice myself by being kicked off of YouTube and kicked off all these platforms, I'll be that sacrifice. I will be that person that will wake up. If not you, I'll wake up maybe your offspring. If not them, maybe their offspring. At some point, the lesson is going to kick in and they're going to see these leaders don't like our party. These Democrat leaders do not like the Democratic voters. Otherwise, they'd be fighting harder for the Democratic voters. Instead, they're pushing the narrative. They're screwing with people's minds. They're paying for racism to happen because not enough racism is happening for them. So they started paying for it now. Well, we can't find enough racist people out there. Let's just start paying for racism. And then on the back end, they say, we don't want to get rid of the illegals we let come in here, so let's pay people to fight to keep the illegals here. Ain't nobody being paid to fight for black people. Ain't nobody being paid. You don't see nobody funding tons of money to fight for the plight of black people. Now, when they did give Black Lives Matter, they gave them some money and they ran off and bought mansions and shit with it. Totally wrong black people to deal with. When you're dealing with people like that, you never get nowhere. But there are people out there we could be starting scholarships for. In order to get people off the street, you got to take them off the street. You can't pay people to go stand on the street with them. It's not going to work. You can't pay people to say, hey, you know what? We're tired of blacks men on the street. How about I give you some money? You go stand on the street with them. Give it to that person and say, let's get you off the street. Let's get you some training. Let's get you some education. Let's get you some trades. Let's figure something out so we can get you off the street. Because if we can get you off the street, I can get your kids off the street. And then they're going to grow up seeing the ways to work and the ways to make money and start companies. That's how we deal with the black community. So for Democrats that don't like me, fuck you. More power to you. I hope you do well. I know already that we're fighting a good fight. We're going to end up getting somewhere. I'm a Republican. Couldn't care less if you don't like me or not, because you liking me or not doesn't change anything in the black community. The only thing that's going to change is if you keep fighting the right fight. You go to the people you vote for and you tell them exactly what I'm telling you. Stop playing games with us or we're going to stop voting for you. Chicago Flips Red, big organization. Chicago Flips Red got tired of playing the games. They said, we're done voting for y'all because y'all been playing games with us too much. They flip red. This is how you make your voice heard. And the only reason why they don't care about the black people is because they think that if they could just let illegals vote and they can cheat at voting, then they don't need the black vote. They're like, why do we need to cater to black people if we got illegals? Just keep saying we want illegals here and we're going to get those votes. At some point, you got to start fighting smarter. Use your brain. Stop using your skin color. Use your brain. Oh, yeah. All right, man. What? That's an hour and I don't know how many minutes, because I don't know if this thing is like glitching or what right now. But I want to make sure that I actually get out and give you guys something good to listen to. We will be chopping this back up in about, give me like 3-4 hours. I want to do another live stream later today. We'll get back on later and I'll see how this live stream comes out. In the meantime, thank you guys for coming to the barbecue and appreciate you guys for supporting the midday barbecue. And this is a little different. We're going to be doing a couple of them per day, an hour and a half every once in a while instead of 3-4 hours at a time. So I ain't got to chop them up. I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your morning. I will see you guys.